Hello, dear people. I'm doing this in English today because I think it is of interest for most of you, and most of you speak English. So here we go. I've been spending the last days with several tries of making reeds for this old bagpipe. This bagpipe was found at the flea market in the early 90s in Upper Austria by Rudolf Luckhofer. Rudolf Luckhofer is the man who started the bagpipe renaissance in Austria almost 40 years ago. And he found the bagpipe without the horns on one table and the horns on another table, because the people thought they were some kind of drinking horns, and they had taken the instrument apart. And he bought all of it for about 20, less than 20 euros, 200 shillings. So clearly the people didn't know what they had. And yeah, later it turned out this instrument was probably made in the area around Budweis in the early 1800s. So it's about 200 years old now. There are actually several similar bagpipes which were either made by the same maker or maybe the same group of artisans, because probably these instruments were made in some kind of manufacture where different masters with different skills work together to produce this bagpipe. Because you can see here, it's highly decorated. It's got brass parts, bone parts, wooden parts, of course. The drone pipe is made from cherry wood, and the chanter is some kind of dark, dense wood. It's either granadille or probably guaiac. So these woods would have been accessible to people back in the day. And clearly, this is not an entirely inexpensive instrument. So there must have been some need, maybe even in the lower bourgeoisie of the day, to have bagpipes. So yeah, it's a very well-made instrument, and the fact that it has endured until today shows how skilled the makers were, and also that it was probably handled quite well for a long time. One day we realized the pipes were actually still good, and I had first Pavel Čip and later Thomas Rezanka make a new bag with copies of the original stocks. So the pipes will behave in the same way. The only change is we chose to put bellows on it in order to protect the instrument from moisture. The original instrument is mouth blown. And what I did today was make elder reeds. Elder reeds were probably used in the original instrument. And yeah, let's hear how they sound. So, there you go, 200-year-old bagpipe. The instrument's tuning is, a little bit sharp of E flat by today's standards. This could mean that back in the day it was considered to be an instrument sounding in D, because the Austrian military at the time used quite high pitches, something around 461. So probably this instrument was considered to play in D back in the day. And you probably heard that the scale has an interesting character, because the leading note is very flat. So the sharp is the fourth is a bit sharp, and the leading note is a bit flat. This was obviously common back in the day, and you actually get a perfect fifth between these two blue notes. This is quite interesting, and it also fits into the general harmony of overtones, which are produced by alp horns, by jaws harps. So yeah, here we go, and I intend to use this instrument more often. I already made some videos with it, but this is the first time I've actually tried to make reeds which were probably also played in the original instrument. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.